Welcome, and thank you for joining this journey into the dynamic intersection of ADHD and entrepreneurship, a topic that challenges common perspectives and invites us to see ADHD not as a limitation, but as a potential superpower. Today, we'll explore how the adventurous, risk-taking tendencies often found in those with ADHD can be leveraged to forge new paths in business and creativity. We'll dive into the science, meet inspiring innovators, and provide practical strategies for channeling this unique edge into fulfilling, sustainable ventures. Let's embark together on this thoughtful deep dive. To begin, let's demystify ADHD, or Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. It's a neurodevelopmental condition most people associate with trouble concentrating, impulsivity, and high energy. At its core, ADHD is closely linked to fluctuations in dopamine, the brain's interest and reward neurotransmitter. This wiring makes the ADHD brain perpetually hungry for novelty and stimulation, traits that, while challenging in a traditional classroom or office, can translate into an insatiable curiosity and the pursuit of new experiences. But how does this wiring fit the mold of an entrepreneur? Success in startups, innovation, and creative industries often demands a high tolerance for ambiguity, a willingness to seize opportunities at speed, and the courage to take leaps of faith. Scientific studies have revealed that individuals with ADHD are overrepresented among successful entrepreneurs compared to the general population. Household names like Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group, David Neeleman, who launched JetBlue Airways, and even athletes and artists have attributed parts of their creativity and resilience to ADHD traits. So what gives rise to the risk-taking edge so often found in ADHD? The answer lies in the relentless drive to chase stimulus and reward. The ADHD brain quickly tires of routine, looking instead for challenges and new horizons. This craving leads to impulsive action, not always carefully planned, but often infused with brave, out-of-the-box thinking. While society sometimes views impulsivity as a negative, in the entrepreneurial space, it can mean bold decisions, rapid pivots, and first-mover advantage. Hyperfocus, another hallmark, lets those with ADHD immerse themselves intensely in passions or pressing problems, working through challenges that would exhaust others. And the experience of managing adversity, from overlooked deadlines to misunderstood intentions, builds resilience, a trait all founders need. Perhaps you recognize these traits in yourself: a knack for generating ideas, a tendency to throw yourself into new projects, and a refusal to settle for the status quo. Maybe you've made leaps that confused others, pivoting careers, launching side hustles, or embraced uncertainty when others shied away. This, at its heart, is the entrepreneurial essence that ADHD can kindle. Let's explore how, specifically, this ADHD edge can operate as entrepreneurial fuel. The first is risk tolerance. Research shows that people with ADHD are more comfortable with uncertainty. That willingness to accept what's unknown translates into pushing through obstacles others might not face or even attempt. Entrepreneurs with ADHD report excitement at the prospect of starting something from scratch, finding resourcefulness where others see risk. Second, creativity flourishes in the ADHD brain. Neurological studies demonstrate that the neural pathways of people with ADHD are less constrained, prone to leaping the gap between divergent ideas. What may seem like a lack of linear thinking is, in fact, an ecosystem of cross-connections, perfect for imagining new products, services, and solutions to old problems. Third is adaptability. Because the ADHD brain is accustomed to rapidly shifting focus in response to stimulation, entrepreneurs with this wiring are often quick to pivot when a strategy stops working. Instead of seeing this as inconsistency, it's better understood as real-time adaptability, a valuable asset when steering a venture through uncertainty. Fourth, the high energy often associated with ADHD becomes stamina. In the world of startups, long hours and sustained focus are critical, And those with ADHD, properly directed, can marshal bursts of productivity to meet intense deadlines or drive projects to completion. Let's not forget emotional intensity. Passion isn't just a bonus for an entrepreneur. It's a fuel source, sustaining effort through setbacks. The roller coaster of emotions that comes with ADHD can, when harnessed, propel a founder to inspire teams and maintain conviction even in the face of adversity. However, every edge has its double side. Impulsivity can lead to snap decisions that invite unnecessary risk. Distraction might derail a crucial project, and the cycles of hyperfocus can lead to burnout if not managed with care. It's easy to become enthralled by the next big idea, only to leave previous projects unfinished. As an entrepreneur, these pitfalls can slow growth or threaten sustainability. So, how do you transform this risk-taking edge into reliable entrepreneurial momentum? The answer lies in strategy. Specifically, creating a framework around your strengths. Start by harnessing hyperfocus for targeted deep dives. Instead of scattering your attention across endless possibilities, channel your curiosity into market research for a single project. Set fixed, time-limited sessions. For example, spending 90 minutes immersing yourself in customer needs or competitor benchmarks. This method plays to your natural inclination for absorption, yet reins it in before burnout hits. Next, engage in rapid prototyping. This practice means taking an idea and building a quick, imperfect version, not to launch, but to test and learn. As an ADHD entrepreneur, your impulsivity finds a constructive outlet. You get to act on ideas rapidly, but the stakes stay low. Psychological studies link this technique, often associated with design thinking, to higher rates of startup success. The feedback loop is faster. You learn what works and pivot before investing too much. Another essential approach is establishing a support network. Mentors, peers, or ADHD support groups provide a sounding board for bold ideas and an anchor during times of distraction. Surrounding yourself with people who understand your wiring or who can provide grounded advice helps temper impulsivity. Isolation is often the biggest risk factor for entrepreneurs with ADHD. Instead, regular connection with others builds resilience and widens your safety net. Perhaps most overlooked, deliberately schedule recovery. The ADHD tendency toward hyperfocus can mean marathon work sessions, pushing past healthy limits. The antidote is proactively planned downtime. Whether through the Pomodoro method or simply placing regular breaks after impactful work sessions, recovery helps maintain long-term energy and prevents the classic boom and bust cycles of productivity and exhaustion. Look at some of the most successful ADHD entrepreneurs, and you'll see these strategies in action. Richard Branson, for instance, credits his company's diversity to his need for novelty. He surrounds himself with advisors who provide checks and balances, cultivating an atmosphere of rapid innovation, but always anchored by rational planning. Similarly, David Neeleman's career in aviation, known for both risk-taking and operational excellence, reflects how an ADHD-driven hunger for improvement can coexist with strong external systems. No journey is achieved alone. Community amplifies the ADHD edge into sustainable growth. Not only does being part of a network buffer risk, but sharing your story can serve as motivation for others just starting out. If you're willing, mentor someone else with similar experiences. You'll find that teaching your own learning strategies, risk management frameworks, and adaptive mindsets deepens your command over them. Throughout this journey, lifelong learning is the linchpin. The entrepreneurial path is never static, and for those with ADHD, continual skill building satisfies both the need for novelty and the practical demands of business. Schedule regular learning sprints. Short, focused intervals to master new skills, absorb industry trends, or brainstorm with other thinkers. Lifelong learning is not just about gaining knowledge. It's about equipping yourself to ride the ever-changing waves of innovation and opportunity. To put these principles into practice, Challenge yourself this week. Identify one risk-taking trait you see in yourself. Perhaps it's your lightning-fast idea generation, or an instinct to act boldly where others hesitate. Define a tangible goal, such as launching a mini project or learning a new tool. Channel your hyper-focus into 90 dedicated minutes of research or creation. Prototype your idea, no matter how rough. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a supportive peer or mentor for honest feedback. And be sure to schedule restorative breaks. Resist the urge to sprint without pause. Embrace your ADHD traits not as obstacles, but as distinctive assets. The world of entrepreneurship is built on visionaries who looked at things differently, who acted on instinct, and who thrived on risk. If your ADHD makes you crave novelty, brings you out-of-the-box solutions, or gives you the courage to leap, channel it intentionally. With boundaries, support, and continuous learning, you become not just a risk-taker, but a sustainable innovator. Your journey, with all its twists, mistakes, jokes, and victories, becomes a beacon for others who are learning to harness their differences. Take that leap this week, however small, and know that every bold step lights the way for someone else. Thank you for joining this exploration, and here's to the thriving, ever-learning, risk-taking entrepreneur within you.